Welcome back to the Zodiac Trial. It's been a while since I recorded, given that, of course you won't see the break in that because I kept up videos, had enough of a backlog to keep uploads up during the week of vacation. But the last thing we did before took a break was the sheep ending. I don't know, sheep route was strange, I think. I didn't really feel right to me. Didn't really feel like it came together to me as well as some of the others. But it did give us the full answer that we need in order to load up the computer, which, if I remember right, 1011. I input the date that Amadeus Bowen was murdered. After a second thought, that was when all of this really started. Right, Brian? If to answer my question, the computer unlocked. Yes! Now, could I use this to contact the authorities? No. It looked like it was disconnected from the internet. Darn. Figures. Then what's the deal with this computer? What's the deal with this computer? I found my answer in a folder labeled Reasons for Jury Duty. I opened it and saw 12 PDFs with various Oh. Jimmy Wilbert, Manuel Perez, and Davis Caven. Were these for everybody here? But wait. Why didn't I see my own name anywhere? I found my answer in the name Richard Brill, a judge who passed away just over a week ago. I had just read about his passing the other day. I bet he was the judge who ruled in the case against Brian's dad. That would make the most sense. Which means, was it possible that I was a last-minute replacement? That I wasn't supposed to be here? If that was the case, I don't know if I'd be less or even more angry. So what was with the rest of those files? Out of curiosity, I picked one at random. Davis Caven. When opening the PDF, I saw a mix of pictures, screenshots, documents, and random text. It took a bit before I realized what this all amounted to. It appeared to be a loose collection of evidence highlighting corruption in the prosecutor's office at large, with many incidents connected to a specific person. Specifically, Ox. Ooh, you could tell based on the picture. So Ox is Davis Caven. So then did this mean Ox was some sort of crooked prosecutor? Nothing in this document would be conclusive evidence, but laid out like this, it certainly made a compelling case. Don't be stupid. Conspiracy theories sound convincing when all the evidence is gathered up in one place. I was looking at the work of a literal madman. Couldn't be trusted, and none of this could be trusted. I turned off the computer in disgust. Nothing good would come of reading Brian's reasons for kidnapping everyone. Even if they had done things in their past they weren't proud of, that didn't make any of this right. It'd be a waste of time if I played to Brian's beat. Hey Mouse, are you done over there? We should probably get back to the cafeteria soon. Admittedly, Ox's voice startled me a little. I was really zoning out. Yeah, I'm good. Did you find anything? No, I don't think I did. A hint at most. Ox. Even though I was mostly dismissing Brian's conspiracy pages, I couldn't completely dismiss what I had seen. I had trusted Ox somewhat since we woke up together. I think he had actually been involved in something a lot more shady. The thought that in some way this whole thing might be justified. This wasn't a good train of thought to follow. Moving on, you should input your actions for this round in this room, then come and join us. Alright, I will. With that, Ox walked out of the room. Once he was gone, I put out my tablet and turned it on. There was no need to think about my choice. I just pressed the button to run. This is the mouse distrusting evidence. And this is the reason to not sacrifice herself for everyone, because she's the one who didn't have a reason to be here. Afterwards, I returned to the cafeteria. This is an interesting twist if I wouldn't call it a twist, but it would be an interesting factoid if it turned out that she really did have no reason to be here. Pretty much everybody had already gotten back at this point. They were discussing the results of the search. I couldn't find anything. Me neither. Are we doomed? Is this it? I thought I'd at least be able to find one. Alright, let's zoom through this. Run. Now I gotta remember the path that we took to get to the mouse path. I think Pig and Monkey take us there? We got 6 kangaroo words. Oh, yep. Clever personality. I had that, didn't I? That meant the only way for me to live would involve others dying. I thought he said that if we did everything right, everyone could escape. It was our fault for believing that psycho for 1 minute. Is he serious? Probably. Then people are going to have to die, aren't they? Everybody calm down. Can't descend into madness just like this. First off, the people with a clever and dumb personality type should just admit it now. It'd be best for everyone. Admit it. But... you moron, you seriously think they just out themselves like that? They're not that stupid. Right? It's not stupid, it's noble. Think about it, people. Either 11 people could die, or 2 could. Which sounds better to you? That's... If you confess now, we'll make sure you are honored after your death. That's seriously your offer? Doesn't sound worth it to me. Criticizing the offer. I'll crush your skull. What, are you one of them? Ah, no way. Trust me, if I had one of those personalities, I'd admit it. Why would I hide something like that? Because you want to survive. Yeah, see, I'm not hearing a good reason. This was my one chance to decide the person I wanted to be. If I really had everyone's best interests in mind, I should just admit it right now. Getting clean like that would almost guarantee my death, but it might be for the best. Of course I didn't want to die. Nobody wants to die. What right did I have to put my own life over so many others? There wasn't anything that separated me from them. Except there is. No, that's not true. My mind raced back to the documents I saw on that computer. Unlike the others, I wasn't supposed to be here. I was a last-minute replacement. The others all apparently had committed grave sins. The small amount I glanced from Ox's file was enough to see what Brian was getting at. These people were all sinners, right? But that didn't change anything. Or did it? I had to say something quick. It wasn't an easy decision to make at all. But in the end, wasn't there only one thing I could do? What to do? Well, we confessed last time. We know how that played out. We found out who the dumb personality was, so let's stay silent. Everyone quiet. If your personality is clever or dumb, please speak up right now. Oh, she's playing her usual game. Obviously no one is going to blame you. Just want to come to an agreement. However, if you don't speak up now, we'll have no choice but to treat you as an enemy. So please think carefully about how you want to proceed. Those words, a plague of silence, came over the room. No one even dared cough. Of course. The more I thought about it, the more I realized that this was the correct choice. I didn't belong in this punishment game. I was a young girl with a promising life ahead of me. I had plenty of loved ones waiting for me, dreams to accomplish. I had never done anything wrong. If Brian executed the others because of his stupid rules, I wasn't committing murder. He was. You know what would be a really neat twist to Mouse's true ending? Finding out that Brian coming out and saying, yeah, hey Mouse, I've got this file of your sins right here. And I'm just going to drop it on you now after you went and killed everyone else. To tell you that you did deserve to be here. If you really wanted to get down to it, not making the correct choice because I feel guilt is stupid when doing the incorrect choice will get you killed. confess, and certainly die. Stay silent, survive, and I'd live with the guilt for the rest of my life, sure. But I'd also get to live the rest of my life. Looking at it objectively, this is the right answer. Everyone actually remembers their personalities, right? It wouldn't be too odd for someone to forget such a seemingly useless detail. It's possible that the dumb and clever personalities don't even know it themselves. Actually, I'm not super sure about what mine is. I mean, I think I remember correctly, but I'm not certain, you know? Maybe I should go and check. Like hell you don't remember. It didn't happen that long ago. A dragon, what's the harm in letting people go check? Better safe than sorry, right? I think letting anyone retreat at this stage would be unwise. The flaws are twofold. First, it allows time for those with secrets to hide to compose themselves. At the moment, they're likely still flustered and more likely to slip up. Additionally, letting them walk away and think by themselves will just give them time for justification. Oh, come off it, Snake. I think most people here are fairly moral people. I had to struggle to keep my voice straight. You'd expect one person to put the group over themselves. I think the fact that nobody's confessed suggests some people might have forgotten their personality. Hell, I'm not even certain on what mine was. It takes zero effort to let people check, so why not? Well, I suppose we could allow it. Is Snake instantly suspicious? Allow it? Who made you acting dictator? Last I checked, we're all adults with rights. Fine, do what you want. Okay then, just to be sure, let's all split up and check our personalities. I want the people with the dumb and clever personalities to think carefully about what the right thing to do is. This is your last chance to be on our side. You don't have any excuses after this. Sorry, Ox, but it's too late for that. I'm already not on your side. Everyone split up, making their way to the separate classrooms. Standing in that classroom, I closed my eyes. Last chance, me. Do I really want to be a sinner? Wrong question, me. You should be asking, do I really want to be a corpse? Sinners are all around me. Think about my mom. Think about my friends. Think about my plans for the future. Could I throw all that away for a clear conscience? I couldn't. No one could. In that lonely room, I reaffirmed my determination. I wouldn't die here. I was surrounded by enemies, people who wanted me to die, but I wouldn't succumb. I would fight, and I would survive. If you think about it, if they do pull the twist on us where Mouse is actually guilty, Mouse actually did do something wrong, that would kind of justify the decision of everyone losing their composure in some way when they get the death personality and killing people. Well, most everyone. The fact being that in some way they came to this conclusion. In this same conclusion. There are differences, like they obviously came to this conclusion in different ways, depending on their personalities and their past experiences and the like, but I think in the end, I'll kind of go down this path, too. Don't want to give up my life. Don't want to give up my life, don't want to die. Did nothing wrong to deserve this. I'm gonna try and win. I read my personality just fine, but just in case I checked out the information tablet. Oddly enough, I noticed something. The word clever was now written in green text. I guess that signified my new role. Interesting. Not like it mattered. Made my way back to the group. This time filled with a determination to live. Looked all around the room, stared into all of their eyes. Every one of them was an enemy. Well, that's not strictly true, is it? The the person with the dumb personality should theoretically be willing to work with me. The fact that they haven't spoken up yet means they're thinking along the same lines as me. That only matters if I could contact them. As is, I have no idea who they are. And there's no way to contact them. Unless... So, traitors, last chance. Speak now or forever hold your peace. Please just confess! For all our sakes. Forget it. This was pointless. Nobody here would sacrifice themselves for the group. When you come out with it like that, Ox. Traitors, confess. You're not really giving off a great impression. We don't know that. And why aren't they speaking out? Or what, are you going to argue that even after checking their tablets again, they still don't know that they're the traitor? No, that's probably impossible. Imagine that the tablet makes that clear now. Like that the affected personalities would be glowing green or something. Isn't green good? Why would it be glowing green? It was an example pig. They could have skull sign or particle effects or something. My point is the traitors know who they are. And they're not coming forwards. That Mouse's way of reaching out to Rooster. But we have an advantage over them. An advantage? They don't know each other. So right now it's 10v1v1. We'd be in trouble if they could contact each other, but as it is now, that's impossible. Mouse is right. Mouse is also playing me like a fiddle. Honestly, we don't really need to adjust our plans much at all. Once we have all the minor trinkets, we'll move as a group. It's not possible for one individual to break that up. So we should still prioritize our search for minor trinkets. People nodded, and Ox talked, and everyone eventually agreed on splitting up and searching the school for minor trinkets. That's fine. That's the expected outcome. That's what I figured would happen. People started splitting off. I made my way over to the kitchen, and I waited. Now is the time to see if it happened. There were a lot of risks to this plan. The other traitor might not have their personality changed to the same color. The other traitor might not have enough trust to reach out to me. The other traitor might not have even noticed. They are the dumb one, after all. If they caught what I did there, I could have just one person that I could work with. And then somebody walked into the kitchen with me. Oh, Mouse, I thought I saw you walk over here. Rooster, what are you doing here? Well, I saw what you did over there. I just wanted you to know I caught it. Oh? Thing with color? Thing that only us two should know. Right, just the two of us, building castles in the sky. You're the clever personality, right? You're the dumb personality, right? We stared at each other for a couple of seconds, our unease slowly dying down. Finally, I breathed a sigh of relief. I had found the other damned soul. Unfortunately, it was Rooster, who probably wouldn't be the most useful. Still, just having one person on my side meant the world. So, you've also decided on what to do. It's not an easy choice, I'm afraid. I'm on a course to the stars. Become an icon that the people cheer for. I decided a long time ago that I'd fight for all I was worth to reach my dreams. Guess this is just the natural conclusion of that resolve. But to let the others die, and it'd be preferable for us to die. Look, the way I see it, Brian has put us in a horribly unfair game. He's the one who's responsible for what's happened here. Now that we're in this situation, all we can do is play our best. If I didn't have this personality, and someone else did, I wouldn't fault them for attempting to kill me. They all will play their best. We should play our best, too. You're right. It's tragic, barbaric, gruesome, but I don't plan on dying here. Even if it means becoming a monster, I'm gonna fight my way out of this. Ooh, I love that. You're really hitting me with some strong, tragic heroine vibes. You've got a good aura around you. Rooster, please, not now. Jeez, tough crowd, huh? Okay then, so what's the plan? We've established that we're willing to kill to survive, so what's the next step? Well, with our abilities, I don't think we can disrupt Ox's plan naturally. We could look for a major trinket to turn the tables, but that's a risky gambit. Don't know what we'll find or when we'll find it. So that leaves actual murder. I thought as much. A tragedy, but the difference between carrying out such an act with our hands and through our actions is negligible. Anyways, thinking about the rules. You only need to kill 2 people, right? What do you mean? If we kill 2 people, and in the end, when everyone uses the minor trinkets, the 2 of us don't use them on the last turn. Only 8 people will tie, and you'll be in last. That fulfills the conditions. Okay, so you have a plan. Just kill 2 people. Fortunately, I don't think that'll work. Why? Someone else will probably point this possibility out, and so no movement will be made until the group finds and confirms the traitors' identities. Additionally, I've been thinking about it, and it seems very possible that some major trinket will allow the group to somehow verify or check somebody's personalities. Wait, why would that be a thing? When you think about it, this is sort of like a social deduction game. Social deduction game? Like Werewolf or Mafia? Yeah. Or Among Us. If Brian was taking inspiration from that, we would be the 2 hidden roles. The imposters, if you will. And in those games, there's usually some way to verify people's innocence or lack thereof. I don't know why the first thought that pops into my head is that fucking Mafia screenshot of like the jailer and someone else, like the jailer is interrogating you. What's your role? And the other guy responds with like pee pee poo poo or something, and then just the next line is the jailer has decided to execute you. That's Rooster and Ox. If it comes down to that. When viewed from that perspective, a major trinket would be the perfect way to facilitate something like that. It's a mechanic tied to the game that doesn't necessarily revolve around movement. If someone finds something like that, we're really screwed. After all, it's not like we can take on the whole group. Heck, they are individual members of that group. I don't think we could take 2 on 1. So what I'm hearing, it sounds like we're gonna have to kill pretty much everybody by ourselves. I'm saying that it would be our best strategic chance for survival. We made it, and we made our choice to survive, right? Right. Okay then. So I ask again, how do we get started? Let me think for a second. I paced for a couple of seconds. Think about this like I'm murdering people. Think about it like I'm writing a murder mystery. If I was a culprit in one of those novels, what move would I want to make? Best to put suspicion on somebody else to start with. The group thought they had caught a traitor. They'd likely imprison that person, just like taking a piece for free. So what sort of trick could I use? Anything too obvious and one of the sharper members in the crowd would catch it. I counted on people's deductive skills. Okay, I know what we need to do. I'm going to use a false disguise ruse. Ooh, we got names going. I love it. That's the sort of winning energy we need. Please be less enthusiastic about our murder plot. For now, grab a weapon. A kitchen knife will work just fine. Rooster complied, grabbing one from nearby. Good. This plan is going to leave us with 2 victims. Our first target should be... Snake would work the best. You know, I'll trust you for the thinky things. I'll be the talent. You say Snake needs to die, he'll die. I saw him heading down that hallway to the left. It's actually pretty close to the cafeteria. 2 of us searched a part of that hallway earlier. I think he's just making his way through there. Okay, this can work. Took a deep breath in, and another out. Turn off that fear switch. Detach from the situation. There is no other option here. You were forced into this game. To play it. Think about the alternative. The tightness in your throat. Pain in your chest. All the people you'd never get to see again. Death was something too horrible for anyone to simply accept. Everyone should try and be as good a person as they can, but allowing yourself to die is a price too great. Nobody could be expected to pay it. Everyone has a right to try to survive. It's your one and only most precious life. Now, to keep my own existence, I'd cast out somebody else's... Ah, Mouse, how goes it? Are you also searching around this area? Yeah. Actually, I think I found something, but I'm not sure what it means. You're stumped on one of Brian's riddles. Never said I was stumped. Just, you know, a second pair of eyes wouldn't hurt. Very well, I shall lend you my aid. Where's the riddle? Ah, this way. I led Snake at the nearby art classroom. Found something in here. Yeah. Odd. I already searched this area. Didn't find anything. Guess you just didn't search well enough. I suppose I didn't. Look, the riddle starts over here. I walked over to a nearby closet. Uh-oh. I heard Snake fall behind me. This is not going to go as cleanly as she expects. Because remember Snake's surprise when we sort of called him out rather harshly? I think he's on to us. When I reached the closet, I put my hand on its handle, but I didn't open it. I just stopped and closed my eyes, because I knew what was about to happen. As I think, hey, what are you doing? I heard the sound of a knife finding its target. The sounds of Snake collapsing onto the nearby table. I heard the sound of the life leaving Snake's body. I might have hallucinated that last bit, but it certainly felt audible. You can look now. It's over. I know. I don't want to. I'm gonna have to at some point. I know, I'm just preparing myself. By doing what? Look, I'll turn around in 3 seconds. 3, 2, 1. Not thinking about it anymore, I turned around. Sure enough, the sight I met with was far from pleasant. Snake had completely collapsed to the ground, blood pouring from his stomach. His eyes were wide open in a haunting manner. Definitely need to book more sessions with Monkey after this. Unless we killed her, too. Book more sessions with my new therapist, that is. One thing was for sure. I wouldn't be forgetting this image anytime soon. You're welcome, by the way. I don't recall thanking you? Well, you should. You're freaking out over there, but I'm the person who had to stab that old dude. Right. If it's this bad for me, it must be traumatizing for you. No, actually, I'm good. I just want some credit. Not really. Huh? And as an action hero, I've gunned down countless enemies of questionable morality. My fictional kill count must be in the hundreds at this point. You're a real piece of work. When you think about it, this is also a play of sort. An act. Or you're just that... This is no different from any of those past kills. You're just really good at putting it in that strange little box of yours. Okay. Really? Well, that's what I'm telling myself. Yep, okay. That's confirmed. I fear if I think about it any more than that, I might break down. Which would totally kill the bad boy image I've been cultivating. So I won't. That's fair. Anyways, with this, I've killed a person. Nuh-uh. You've killed half a person. Dare I ask? We split the kill. Think about it. You killed 2 people, and your kill count would be 2. You kill 1 person, the kill count would be 1. However, if two people kill 1 person, each of them has a kill count of 0.5. After all, just like 2 over 1 equals 2, or how 1 over 1 equals 1, 1/2. 1 over 2 equals 1/2. I know my math. Rooster, that might be the dumbest goddamn thing you've said all day. Are you serious? I'm making complete sense right now. Think about it. Snake has died once, right? Oh my god. Now you're not going to argue that. Just because you didn't physically do the murder, you're less culpable for it than me, are you? No, that wouldn't be fair. Right, so we both did some amount of murdering, and Snake has died. Now the way the math works out is we only killed half of him each. Otherwise you'd be saying 1 + 1 = 1. That's not necessarily true. Why are we having this argument? How else could you explain it? Well... What if you said Snake died twice just now? That way 1 + 1 = 2. Oh, come now, Mouse, don't be absurd. How is what I just said any more absurd than what you just said? My argument uses facts and reasoning. You were just saying numbers. Now, let's say for a moment that the snake died twice, and let's just consider that the media wants you to believe that you can only die once if you commit murder. Media wants you to believe that 2 people can be equally culpable for 1 murder. When it's just 1 life. Let me tell you. Okay, I'm gonna stop doing that voice now because I can feel my soul dying already. Anyways, don't we have more steps in your plan or whatever? Right. For now, move Snake's body into the closet. Wipe away on the blood on the floor with napkins. You won't be able to wipe all of it away, but that's intentional. On it, Chief. Rooster got to work on that task. In the meantime, I sort of just looked around. Just then I noticed that some blood splatter got on the side of my jeans. Shit, fuck. It's only step one, and already I was getting incriminating evidence stacked against me. I need to do something about this situation. Ooh, interesting. Now we're getting choices. Let's do this, shall we? Wait now, set up a mechanic. This feels like the right answer, but I think unnatural might bring on unnecessary suspicion. The rest of the whole thing could be written off. It's a risk, but if the stain was covered up publicly. I looked around and found a paint can. Opened it up and put it on the corner of a table. Icy veins, icy veins. This would pay off later. Just need to pray I wouldn't be spotted before that. By the closet, Rooster had finished his tasks. Okay, now what? Now I'm gonna need you to strip, Rooster. What? Mouse, you dirty bird, you. This is the plan, I swear. The plan involves you perving on a corpse. I mean, I get it, no judgment, everyone's got their thing, but this is not my thing. If it was, there should be some judgment. Look, here's what I'm thinking for the plan. Kill somebody a bit further down the hallway. Next, you go to a nearby classroom. You witness Snake walking by the classroom, and then later discover the body. Oh, we just killed Snake. You'd be lying. Oh, right, I knew that. Also, could we call it acting? Sure, fine, yeah, okay, I guess, if you must. You'd act like you saw Snake, and then you mentioned that he was wearing his rubber snake mask. You know, the one we all woke up with? Then we find Snake's body in this room. At first, it doesn't make sense. But we find Snake's clothes and his mask discarded nearby. Say, this room. Now, seeing this, what would they assume? I don't know why I'm asking you this. Assumption would be somebody killed Snake, then dressed up as him, on purpose to try to frame him. That'll put suspicion on the people who could pull off a snake disguise, buddy and dog primarily. Though I imagine a few other suspects might be floated. Oh, okay. But wait, couldn't I also dress like Snake? Wouldn't I also be a suspect? No, you couldn't see yourself. What if they think I'm lying? If they solve the disguise mystery, they wouldn't even think twice about your possible guilt. As long as them finding Snake in his clothes is natural enough, the idea that you planted evidence to corroborate a story of you being lied to wouldn't even enter their heads. In their eyes, you would have been the mark, not the scammer. I see, I see. Understanding, Rooster began to strip Snake down. You can leave the underwear on, by the way. I know, I'm not a pervert, I'm not you. Rooster! I kid. I actually now get why you're doing this. After all, every good lie stems from the truth. The trick to it is to tell the truth for 90% of it, and then tweak right a bit at the end. Rooster, you realize we're doing this to create evidence, not to help us lie better. Oh, I know. Anyway, I suppose the next natural question would be where to hide Snake's clothes. Pick a hiding spot. Oh, wow, okay. There's a lot of this going on now. In a closet drawer. I need something they're likely to find, but something that would be a good hiding spot for a rushed killer. Guess a closet drawer works well enough, right? I mean, if I was the killer, that'd probably be good enough in a pinch. Sounds good to me. Here, his clothes and the mask. Rooster handed a bundle to me. And give me the kitchen knife as well. He would have discarded the weapon here, likely. Alright. He also handed over the bloody knife. Took the bundle and stuffed it in a random drawer in the desk. That should do it. Excellent. Crime scene successfully forged. Next up is victim number 2. Grabbed some random heavy statue to use as the murder weapon. On it. Rooster looked around and found a suitable weapon. Head down the hallway. I saw a staircase which led to a side exit further. Just a little bit down. Look for somebody else and lure them over there. And you handle the bloody business once more. On it. I'll be waiting in ambush. Godspeed. Feels wrong to say that in this context, but the sentiment is appreciated. With that, we split up. I wandered the first floor in search for a suitable patsy. And soon enough, I found just the target. Sheep. Poor sheep. He seemed so innocent. Operative word, seemed. No one was brought here for a reason. Still, I couldn't help but feel the fire of guilt grow in intensity flying to her. She was awfully gullible. Getting her to follow me to the designated spot took almost no effort at all. Like, there's been literally no sign of sheep being anything other than gullible, so to be told that she's actually a rambunctious, bad girl at heart, or was, and that's the side of her that came out and tried to survive. That when she accidentally mucked up, used her token, got horses, deadly personality, she suddenly became capable of planning intricate murder traps and killing several people. Of course, it was an accident, but the rest of them are rather intricately planned. So, I lured her there, and as we got near the staircase, thud! Once again, Rooster didn't hesitate to carry the deed out. One solid swing, sheep hit the floor. I didn't watch, but it was pretty obvious what had happened. Oh, that felt dirty. Had to be done. Oh, I know. I didn't like that one bit. Killing an old creep like Snake, I can work with that. Killing a pure soul like sheep, that's like a month of nightmares, at least. She's not a pure soul. Oh, but she was. You'd see it in her eyes, and her beautiful hair. Okay, dude, whatever you say. You're just... Please don't turn into a creep on me. What's creepy about giving a girl some compliments? Giving a girl you just murdered compliments. I see your point. Praise withdrawn. Anyways, we're now at 1 kill each, so that's something. We're not going back to that. Need to focus on preparing the next steps. What else is there to do? Well, we need to decide some things. First of all, just to be clear, you know your story, right? Yeah, I know it. I've got it. What's the story? Searching through classrooms, finding like a trinket a second. When? Please leave out the brag that it's just going to invite suspicion. Okay, geez. Doing average at searching in classroom when I see Snake walk by. You see Snake? Yeah, that was the story, right? With the mask. Are you sure it's Snake? Hell yeah, I'm sure. No, you're not. He's wearing his mask, right? Oh, right, I should mention that. Honestly, forgetting for a second would probably be in character. Just remember to say it at some point. Right. Thinking about getting you a witness just to make it seem more believable. Witness? Right, you'd get somebody to search the classroom with you. You'd be the only one to see Snake, of course, but just having somebody around when you see it should make the story more believable. Oh, then we should do it. Bringing in somebody else like that is risky. You can't control their behavior, and it might end up causing some trouble. Oh, then we shouldn't do it. Still, if it worked out, it would do wonders for your believability. Oh, then we should do it. I'm confused. Should we do it or shouldn't we? First, I'm saying there's risks associated with doing it, and risks associated with not doing it. Okay, I'm telling you, as the thinky one, which is our best option? Well, which is the best option? Okay, you know what? I'm gonna make this a poll. Yeah, I'm gonna make this a poll. It's gonna be Thursday's episode, but why not? I can get the rest of this recorded in a few days. All right, let's see what you decide. I'm curious how the preceding choices are gonna lead up to this playing out. Whether it's just one way gets us through this initial murder plan successfully, or any wrong choice just gets us to a plan failed bad ending, or if there's like specific choice, or maybe there's unique variations for each way the plan can fail. Hiding the murder weapon, disguising the incriminating evidence, and getting a witness. So, we'll find out, shall we? Let's see. Okay. Overwhelming majority of voting. 81% says we need a witness. So, 81% of you... Actually, 100% of you are privy to our crimes now. You are now accessories. All of you watching this video are now accessories to our murders. A witness will help a lot. Let's get one. Great! But that brings up a new problem. If somebody is with you, you wouldn't need a natural reason to go check out the crime scene. Could I just say that I wanted to go check on what Snake was doing? Maybe, but I don't know how believable that would be. It would be for the best if you heard a noise that drew you two out there. Like a crash or something. That'd be great. Sound like the murder. That'd even give me an alibi for the crime, solidifying the story further. Sure, but to make that sound, I'd probably have to do it. I could probably push sheep down the stairs. I'd likely do it, but... what's with the hesitation? You guys came out right after that. I could only get so far from the crime scene. Probably end up being in close proximity, and this would end up a suspect. Oh, come on, I've been doing all the heavy lifting so far. I mean, with the actual murders and the star testimony and whatnot. You should get your feet wet in the whole murder plot waters. It'll be fun. Oops. Okay, more choices. Risk it, why not? It will decidedly not be. However, I don't see much choice in the matter. If it helps our odds, I say we do it. Great, then we're decided. It appears we are. The dice are cast, so to speak. Let's see if we had a winning roll. Just like that, we put the plan into action. Okay, so I have a feeling it's going to be either plan success or plan fail. That's our branches here. Rooster, for his part, went to look for someone to search the area with him. Meanwhile, I hid in a classroom right next to Sheep's body. Soon enough, I heard Rooster and Pig talking in the nearby classroom. It was go time. Walked over to Sheep's body and with some hesitation pushed it down the stairs. And I immediately headed back to the classroom further down the hallway. After pausing a break or two, I walked in, after Rooster and Pig had already made a scene. From there, the entire group was called for and slowly began to gather around the crime. Everyone was panicked and very sad at the death. Horse in particular looked like he was barely holding his rage. Oh, we're in trouble. It was very troubling, very tragic. To most people. For my part, I just tried to put my best to play the part of a grieving, scared girl. Rooster volunteered the story we had concocted, and Pig, for her part, verified what she could. Ox listened in with a very focused look on his face. He was in full investigative mode. So Snake walks toward this direction. A bit later, a body shows up, and he's not even around. Where could he be? Well, in fairness, it's not like we have everybody. There's still a few people in the further areas of the school still investigating, blissfully unaware of all this. Should we try to go get them? We will in a bit, but for now, let's try not to crowd too many people around the scene. That can lead to issues. And Rooster, you were with Pig at the time this happened. Yes, sir, we were looking around together. Yeah, Rooster was with me when he saw Snake. Although I didn't see him myself. But you heard the crashing noise a bit later. Right, that's what drew us to the scene. Okay, that all checks out. Done with his interrogation, Ox walked over to the body and leaned in to look closer. Wanting to keep my distance, I just stood nearby. Appears that Sheep was struck from the side. She was likely just walking by when the assailant clonked her with that statue nearby. You mean this thing? Dog walked over to the statue and tried picking it up. Don't tamper with evidence. We're investigating. This is what investigating looks like. See, I can do it too. Oh really, and what keen insights are you picking up on right now? The statue is heavy. Fascinating. Anyway, there's not a lot to this crime. It seems pretty open and shut that the killer just hit her over the head with this statue, then fled. Mouse, you were searching in a nearby classroom, weren't you? Yes, why? I just think it curious. Hold on, you're not suspecting me, are you? Oh, lay off her, Horse. That statue's too heavy for a girl of her stature to effectively use it as a weapon. I mean, she could probably lift it and use it if needed, but it'd certainly be unwieldy. She'd generally opt for something like a knife. Besides, there's a staircase right near the scene of the crime. It means it would have been easy for the killer to slip away without being spotted. But they were spotted, weren't they? Well, I think there's one mystery on everyone's minds. And what's that, Rooster? Why on earth did Snake walk over to the scene of the crime? Uh-oh. A true enigma. Well, Rooster, I think we're all assuming that's because he was the killer. Oh, so just because he happens to walk to a scene with his dead body, he made the dead body? What are you doing, Rooster? Yes? Buddy, you've fallen into one of the oldest logical fallacies around. Causation does not equal correlation. There are many possible explanations for Snake's movements. What are you doing? For example? Well, perhaps he was a vampire. Rooster. Hey, no, hold on, give it a second. Very creepy, ambiguously old, knew a lot of things he shouldn't know. Why are you on to something in a different context? I think he's got a vampire bingo going. He was lured at the scene by following the sweet, sweet smell of blood, and explains where he went. When he heard people coming, he simply turned into a cloud of fog, as a vampire might. Well, okay, I appreciate that thought, Rooster. This vampire angle might be a possibility to look at later. No, it isn't. It's stupid. Don't humor him. Rooster, could you please take this seriously? I am. Are you some sort of non-believer? I beg of you to shut up. I beg of you. I'm just saying, if we're dealing with vampires, we gotta be prepared for it. I'm not seeing a stake on any of you. Would a vampire have gray hair? I thought their whole deal was that they were, like, eternally young or something. Well, depending on when they became a vampire, that doesn't prove anything. Snake could have been dyeing his hair. Like, if you get turned into a vampire when you're already, like, 60 years old, or vampire genetics doesn't, like, magically unage you or something, does it? Make him look older? Yeah, it gives him a real wizened look. Well, then that raises the question, do the carpets match the drapes? I did not raise that question, dog. What the fuck? Good question. No. Bad question. The worst question. The anti-question. You guys realize we're standing in front of a dead body, right? Allegedly dead. Oh, no, Rooster, what the fuck? This was a perfectly good investigation. It was fine. What happened? I had to admit, I was surprised. I had secretly kind of been worried that Rooster wouldn't be able to hide what we had done, but he was acting, like, normal. Even more so than myself, really. I guess he was a better actor than I gave him credit for. Actually, Rooster, there's something odd about your testimony. You never mentioned that Snake was carrying the statue. Well, that's because I didn't see him carrying it. You didn't? In fairness, I only caught the back half of him. Even then, only from one side. It's heavy, but not that large a statue. You could have easily been holding it, and I would have missed it. Very well, then. Does anyone know where the statue came from? There's an art room not very far from here. I would think it came from there. Okay, let's all investigate over there. And just like that, the group headed over to the nearby art room. So, what are we doing in here? Just looking for anything out of place. The group spread out throughout the room. Someone needed to open the closet. It took too long, Rooster was probably going to step in. But lucky for us, Bunny opened it by himself without any prompting. He did. Out fell Snake's stripped corpse, to the shock of everyone. This was my chance to get rid of the damn blood on my leg. In surprise, I stumbled backwards and ended up hitting the table on which I left the paint can. It spilled all over my leg, much to my chagrin. A number of people eyed the incident, but nobody said anything. There were more pressing matters at hand. It was once again in chaos at the discovery of another dead body. Sheep's death was no longer an isolated incident, but the beginning of a pattern. Everyone here suddenly had to ask themselves, am I next? Most everyone here, at any rate. For too long, though, the investigation began once more. And there goes our prime suspect. Because of course we can't just have an open and shut case. Life never gives out freebies like that. Not when you're on a losing streak like this. I'm just confounded by the state of this corpse. I mean, why strip the man? Why indeed? Well, glass half full, now we can check that earlier question pretty easily. Thought we had dropped that. What gave you that impression? Okay, correction, I had hoped that we had dropped it. It's clear he was stabbed to death. I mean, even I noticed that. So, shouldn't there be blood all around here? There is, on the floor right here. It's been wiped away, but poorly. Everyone focused on the immediate crime scene. There was no way they were going to find the last bundle of evidence they needed to solve it. Guess I'd handle it. I harmlessly wandered over to some cabinets and started opening them, one by one. One of the cabinets, I found the bundle of evidence I had left, so I grabbed it and called out to the others. Ooh, maybe we failed that step, because they have to find the evidence in order to solve the crime. Hey guys, look what I found! What is it? Looks like we now know where Snake's clothes are. Here's a snake mask, and a bloody kitchen knife. This knife is definitely what killed Snake. Mouse, where did you find all this again? I'm trying to be helpful, so I was looking around the scene. I went to some cabinets and this was stuffed in one of them. Gotcha, good work. But what could this mean? Like, why is that there? Rooster saw Snake walk over to where Sheep was found, right? If he killed Sheep, then who killed him? Couldn't have been anyone in this group. It has to be someone still missing. Yes, Horse. Horse, are you suggesting that this murder took place while we were gathered around Sheep's body? I think it's an assumption that Snake killed Sheep just because he showed up here. Maybe he saw the murderer killing Sheep, and then he was silenced. If that was the case, then why would the crime scene be all the way over here? Dog's probably right. I have to imagine there could only be one person capable of this cruelty. Oh? Damn killer. Murdering Snake, then Sheep? Now that's interesting. Oh, you fucked up, Mouse. Mouse, why do you think they killed Snake first, not the other way around? Fuck. Seriously, how bad at this could I be? It's fine, I could recover. Just need to think fast. Plausible excuse. What points to Snake being killed first? Let's do some primo deductions then. Alright. Locations? This Artem was closer to the cafeteria than the place we found Sheep's body, right? Which means the killer should have run into Snake here before they ran into Sheep there, assuming they came from that direction, which would make the most sense. Suppose that's not incorrect, but it's a line of reasoning, it's sort of weak. I think we can't determine the order of the crimes, at least not at this time. Hey, am I the one still weirded out by the fact that our killer is some sort of dirty perv? We only practically have a room full of detectives at this point. What are you going to point out what that means? We were thinking about it, Rooster. We are just also stumped by it. Doesn't seem to have any purpose, at least none that we can see. It's all bullshit, right? Huh? Rooster's story, as well as this evidence. The more I look at it, this is all a load of bullshit. When you think about it, two people stand out as far more suspicious than the others. Rooster and Mouse. Oh? I agree. Rooster, shut up! Ox, what are you talking about? What do you mean we're suspicious? Is it not obvious? There are a number of things I could point out. The fact that neither of you two have any alibi whatsoever. How you just stumbled into that paint can over there covering your pant leg. How Rooster saw Snake walk by, but not Pig. How you were nearby when the noise that drew them to the crime scene. How you knew Snake was killed before Sheep based on the locations. But to belabor the point would be a waste of time. Bottom line is, this whole thing seems rather showy to me. Ox, everything you said can be very easily be explained. Oh. With everyone's attention on me, nobody noticed Rooster picking up the kitchen knife left on the table with the other evidence. Everyone's attention on me. Bunny wasn't on guard enough to realize Rooster's growing, killing intent. Uh-oh. Everyone's attention on me. Rooster was able to get a running start on everybody before they realized he had just slit Bunny's throat. Goddamn, dude. Wasn't much of a head start, though. It's only moments later, everybody started chasing after him. Everybody with one exception. Uh-oh. Horse stayed in the room and locked eyes with me. He glared. Now, I don't know anything about... Before I could even finish my first objection, Horse grabbed my arm and pulled me closer. Put me in a sleeper hold, and there was no way I could resist. I don't know if he killed me then or there, or if I died sometime after that. But I do know that after going under from Horse's grasp, I wouldn't wake up again. Two of Diamonds. Getting away with murder isn't as easy as it's made out to be. It's the little things that end up getting you. Mishandle a murder, and you just might find yourself going through a whole world of trouble just to tie up loose ends. If Mouse makes minor mistakes, his sharp eyes will catch her soon enough. That's a really interesting puzzle through this round. So I think next time we're going to muck around with that. Yeah, that's enough to call it. That's enough to call in a video for now. Good place to end. Next time we're going to muck around with that and try and get away with murder. Until then.